Let's talk about the setback, the latest setback for Bitcoin. The SEC has rejected another round of attempts to have an ETF tied for it. This time, ETFs from ProShares, Granite Shares, and Direction on concern that prices could be vulnerable to manipulation. I mean, Bitcoin just can't get a break.
I know.
Especially from the SEC.
Well, I feel like I should turn this back to you. You know, you do the daily ETF report. You're the expert here. I mean, you've watched very closely. You know, Bitcoin's down, I believe, 50% this year. I mean, it is amazing to think back to at the beginning of the year and all the fervor. I mean, I remember, the newsroom was just a buzz with people talking about, what's the ceiling here, people getting into it. And now the SEC has been pretty consistently saying, we're not going to do this, and not because they don't think cryptocurrency is a bad idea. They just cannot get assurances that it won't be manipulated and there's not room for fraud here, right?
Well, and there's reports about hacking and all sorts of things.
So that's part of the issue. It's price manipulation, it's hacking, it's counterparty risk, right? And what's fascinating to me is when we had the launch of Bitcoin futures late last year, there was all this enthusiasm that it would become more institutional, more acceptable on Wall Street. And we do get dribs and drabs of news from the likes of Goldman Sachs, et cetera, that they're getting more into the business, but then you get these big setbacks as well that show it's not really becoming more institutional.
And we should note that while the price of Bitcoin did go down pretty dramatically when the Winklevi were, not allowed to do their ETF, price didn't move that much, so there's not a lot of surprise.
They're getting used to it.
They're getting used to it.